there's a pasuk in Haftarah, and it says there's a very important pasuk, and it says ve'etznei lechet im Hashem Elokecha. What does it mean ve'etznei lechet im Hashem Elokecha? Sometimes a person has mitzvot, you gotta keep it. Sometimes mitzvot, you gotta keep it to yourself. Sometimes. I'll give you an example. A guy, it's a true story. A guy, it was one of the big rabbis in our community. It was like 5 a.m. He's praying nets. The big rabbi is walking in, and the other guy's walking in. And there's few people there. So the guy was walking in. He has his towel over his thing, and then so like he's trying to show. I just came back from the mikveh. Look at me. There's that. He's telling the rabbi, okay, we all know that you went to mikveh to show off. Yeah, I went such a kadosh. Some mitzvot, the person in life, you have to know that you have that. There's a guy that donated once a big donation. Very big donation, maybe $75,000 to $100,000, and it was between him and the rabbi. That's it. Nobody else knew, and the rabbi wasn't telling anybody. All of a sudden, every time wherever the rabbi went, I heard he gave you 100 G's. I heard he gave you 100,000. I heard he gave you. How does everybody? What happened? He told me. Some mitzvot that you do, it's you don't have to tell the whole world. You have to publicize. You have to brag about your mitzvot. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, maybe to your children, to your kids, to your wife, to your big mitzvah. You understand? But now you're bring around. A lot of times it says you're killing the mitzvah. You kill the mitzvah. You can pull down mitzvah. I'm saying in the schar, in the reward of it, you bring it down. Why? Because at the end of the day, you're just bragging about it. When you take kavod from this world, when you actually go ahead and take kavod, it takes away from olam haba. That's what happened with the Chavetz Chaim. Chavetz Chaim, what happened? Chavetz Chaim was on a train ride, and he was with another gadol. They on the train ride. They made a stopover, and everybody was by the train by the stop. All the Klal Yisrael. So it was like a big kavod. So one rabbi that was there with Chavetz Chaim walked out, and wow, it's like a big cover. Imagine now you're walking out of a train and you see 3, 4, 5,000 Jewish people, 10,000 Jewish people, all saying, Rabbi, Mark, thank you. How good do you feel? You feel great, right? Mark, you feel great now? You feel good. That's kavod. Chavetz Chaim did not want to go out off the stop. You know that? He did not want to leave the stop. He didn't. He'll wait to the next stop. So the gadol went to him. He says, "What's pshat? How come you're not going out?" He says, "There's a Rav Sadia Goyin. Rav Sadia Goyin says that if you go out of your way to take kavod, it takes away from your olam haba. I'm not interested." So the other gadol tells the Chavetz Chaim, "Isn't it worth it to make Klal Yisrael happy, to lose a little bit of olam haba, to make them happy?" Says, "You don't have to talk anymore. I got it." He walked outside and he greeted the people. You hear what's going on? It's a wild thing. You have to be careful. You have to run away from kavod. You don't run right into kavod. When does the kavod? I remember I was in yeshiva. I was 19 years old. I said, when does the kavod play a role? When a guy's younger, kavod doesn't talk. When a guy starts getting older, kavod starts talking to the guy. When he gets older, and he gets older than that, it gets even more. I was with somebody now, maybe a younger rabbi, and there was young guys over there. So they called him by his first name. Let's say his name is Joe. Joe, can you pass me the ketchup? He was on the table. I was there on the table. So the rabbi, right? He looks at the kid. He says, the young kid was like, the kid's like 14. He says, "Did you just call me Joe?" So sorry, Mr. Joe. He wasn't even afraid. He wasn't even crazy. So I wanted to stop the heat. So I was like, it's Rabbi. It's Rabbi. I really stopped the heat. Like it was like a whole. What guys getting older. Kavod is people getting taste of the kavod. The taste of the kavod. It's a true story. I was there by the thing. People taste the kavod. The more you taste the kavod, the more it gets to your head. The more it gets to your head, you get crazy with kavod. Literally, when it says if you kino va'atayva va'koved moitzin et ha'olam et ha'adam in ha'olam, it mamish means like that. Notice what it says. What did it say? Moitzin et adam min ha'olam. Say min olam. What's ha'olam? What's ha'olam? Ha'olam is the world. What's the world? The real world. This is sketch. This world, 120 years, it goes by so fast. Before you know it, the guy's dead. What happened? The guy's 95 years old. Where did my life go? What happened? Yeah, memories, and they give you pictures. What? When they go, boom, boom, before 20, 30, 40. Ask anybody, right? You ask any 60-year-old, 70-year-old. I was with a 60-year-old the other day. He tells me, you don't understand, 20 years is going to go like this. What's 20 years? Imagine you're a father and you have a kid this age. Huh, Rom? You believe it? I was with him in Mikdash a few years ago. Now he has a kid, bar mitzvah. It's a wild thing. Like, what? You believe it or no? I can't even believe it. I'm like, it's a crazy thing. Life goes by so fast. And what is it? Kavod plays a role. A person, you have to understand something. When it says min ha'olam, it means the world olam haba. Right? It means Allah. Taiva, what? It's taking away from the world? It's taking away from this world? I love Taiva. Go ahead, eat, go. No. It takes away from the real world. It takes away from the real world. It's going to take away. It's going to take a has shalom, meaning to say, it distracts you. It's a distraction, such a distraction. Taiva is such a distraction. Kin is such a distraction. You can't focus on what you're supposed to focus. And kavod, I'm going to tell you a story, true story. I was driving one time. I was younger. I was about, I would say, 22. And as I'm making a turn, there's an old man with a cane. And you're younger, sometimes you drive fast and this and that. So I made a turn, So I wasn't even close to him. I was not even close to him. He was walking. He was walking very slow. I'm an eyewitness to the story. He's walking very slow with his cane. So now I'm like thinking to my mind, you're 20, about your young 20s. You want to just go. You're moving. You're this. You're that. Now you understand. You get older. Wait for it. But he was just starting to cross a little bit. He crossed 1, 2, 3 steps, three in the thing. And now I gave him a lot of space. But I made a left turn. I wasn't even next to him. But the fact that I didn't wait for him to cross the street, the old man, wait for the old man. Fact that I didn't wait for him, he picked up his stick, his cane, to the shamayim like this. Why are you going? I thought the guy can't even walk. Now I can pick up a whole stick up on the house. So high. What happened? And I'm looking at it. I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes. He's able to pick up the whole stick. Boom. He picks up the whole stick like this. Like it's nothing. Like boom. He can't have energy to walk a step. And now I can pick up a stick. How? And he's going, away from me. The answer is kavod is such a strong motivation that deep down honor is like it could overtake the person. And by the way, if it wasn't for honor, yes, we're using the good part, because if it wasn't for honor, who knows? I was by Rabbi Yosef myself with Mikdash Melech, and this is what he said. I'll never forget. Maybe Rabbi Shasha was with me then. I'm sure maybe you remember. Listen to what he said. I remember him saying to the boys, "What do you guys want to be? What do you guys want to be?" And he was screaming, "You want to be this and you want to be that. What do you want to be in life?" Says, "You want to be a yeshiva, you want to be a gadol, you want to be great. You got to learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. If you don't learn, you're not going to be nothing." So you say to yourself, what do you mean? I thought he's going to learn because Hashem wants you to learn. Of course Hashem wants. But the motivation is also in kavod. Imagine I tell you, that kavod uplifts a person. Yeah, do it for kavod. It's okay. But what? Eventually, I'll turn lishma. Mitoch shelo lishma, ba lishma. Le'olam ya'asok b'torah mitzvot shelo lishma. Mitoch shelo lishma, ba lishma. So what? So a guy tells me, no, I don't learn for kavod. I don't learn. I said, what do you mean? He wants to get married. I say, sit in the base medrash. This is the guy. I'm telling you, he has a daughter for you. He wants to see a guy learning. So I said, go to the base medrash. Sit over there. Steigen! No, it's not l'shem shamayim. Tells me it's not l'shem shamayim. I can't do it. I say, I know it's not l'shem shamayim, but at the end of the day, I know you're a learner. But he doesn't know you're a learner. Nobody knows really you're a learner. I know you're a learner, and I just tell him, okay, here's it, there's that. Okay, yeah, it's nice. But if he sees you, you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, maybe this is not the best example, but you get my point. You get my point over here. And this is a very important lesson in life.